Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ivan Aisyah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ivan Aisyah and number name 33220070. Now I'm here. I wanna explain project 2 about structure dependence. Look at the first table of contents. The first definition of structure dependence. The second basic concepts of structure dependence. Third, example of structure dependence, and the last, the conclusion. Okay, the first definition of structure dependence, the relationship between words in a phrase, demonstrating how certain words rely on other for their grammatical function, is known as dependency structure. This idea emphasizes the hierarchical links between parts, showing how each one adds to the sentence overall structure and meaning. The second is basic concept of structure dependence. The first sentence structure matters. Every sentence has a structure, not just a sequence of words. Words grouped together into phrases, like noun phrases or verb phrases. And this phrases form a hierarchical tree structure. And the second word order versus structure word order is the linear order of words left to right. Structure show how words are grouped and relate. Even if two sentences have similar words order, their meaning can change based on structure. And the last transformation rules must respect structured grammar information, like turning statements into questions. Must identify correct part of the structure, not just grab the first word they see. And then the example of structure dependence. The correct structure dependent rule statement. The statement is the girl who is running is my sister. The question is the girl who is running your sister. We move the main clause auxiliary verb is to the front, not the one in the relative clause who is running. And then in incorrect structure independent rule, wrong question is the girl who running is your sister? And then this move the first is that appears from left to right, even though it's inside a subordinate clause. And next, why it shows structure dependence. The correct transformation depends on sentence structure, not just the order of words. Human naturally understand which is belongs to the main clause, and a structure independent system, like a simple machine, might choose the first is it finds, which leads to an ungrammatical result. And next, the conclusion. Structure dependence demonstrates that grammatical rules are based on the underlying structure of a sentence. Rather than just the linear order of words, it clarifies that sentence transformations, such as forming questions, must be applied to the main clause, not simple to the first word that appears. This concept is critical for understanding how human language functions because the first people naturally use structure-based rules even without formal instruction, and the second, it supports the idea that language relies on mental grammar and a hierarchical system of organization. Next, about subject auxiliary inversion. So the first one, the table of contents is definition of subject auxiliary inversion, basic sentence structure, what is an inversion, example of subject auxiliary inversion, and the last, the conclusion. So now I wanna explain about definition subject auxiliary inversion. An English grammatical construction known as subject auxiliary inversion occurs when the auxiliary verb and occasionally other verbs, comes before the subject, usually in queries or to emphasize a point. The usual subject-verb sequence in declarative phrases is in contrast to this. And next, about basic structure a sentence. Basic words are ordered in English sentence. In a regular declarative sentence, the common structure is subject plus auxiliary plus main verb and plus object or complement. And then the example is she is reading a book. And the role of subject and auxiliary, the subject usually comes before the auxiliary in declarative sentence. And the example is he has gone home. The auxiliary appears at the beginning of the sentence when inversion occurs, such as in question. And then example is has he gone home? A reversal between the subject and the auxiliary occurs. And then what is inversion? Inversion in syntax refers to grammatical structure where the typical order of subject and verb is reversed, often for emphasis or stylistic effect. Instead of the standard subject verb object SVO. Order inversion can involve placing the verb or part of the verb present before the subject. Next, about the example of subject auxiliary inversion. Yes or no question. Inversion is used to form yes or no questions. Structure auxiliary plus subject plus main verb. And then the example is, are you coming to the party? And the second is negative or limiting expressions. When a negative or limiting expression appears at the beginning of a sentence, inversion is required. And then the example is, never have I seen such a sunset. Next, conditional sentence, inverted conditionals. Inversion can be used instead of if clauses, especially in formal or written contexts. And then the example is, had I known, I would have helped you, instead of if I had known. Next, inversion after adverbial expression. Inversion is used after certain adverbial phrases for emphasis or formal tone. And then the example is, only then did I realize the truth. Next, the inversion in place or direction expression, often used in narrative or poetic style. Inversion can follow expression of place or direction. And then the example is, down the hill come the runner. And now the last about conclusion is subject auxiliary inversion is the change in the position of the auxiliary verb and the subject in an English sentence where the auxiliary verb is placed before the subject. This structure is used for specific purposes, especially in forming questions and to aid emphasis. And I think enough from me to explain part 1. Okay, now I'm gonna explain part 2 about tree diagram. So for the first one, the sentence part 1 is, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And explanation is, this is a basic declarative sentence with a subject plus verb plus prepositional process structure. And the sentence tree consists of NP, non-process, the quick brown fox. Determine is the adjectives is quick, brown, and noun is fox. For process, jumps over the lazy dog. Verb is jumps. Prepositional process of is over the lazy dog, and prepositional over, and NP is the lazy dog. And this sentence is often used for typing practice because it contains all the letters in the English alphabet. It's a great example of simple sentence structure and adjective use. And next, part two, the girl who is wearing a red dress in dancing. So the explanation is the subject noun plus is the girl who is wearing a red dress with a relative clause. Who is wearing a red dress? The main verb is dancing. The relative clause is the relative clause includes auxiliary is, verb participle is wearing, and noun plus is a red dress. Determine plus adjective plus noun. So demonstrates a complex sentence using a relative clause to describe the subject. And next, the sentence is Stephanus saw the Yehezkiah with the telescope. So explanation is a sentence made of noun plus Stefano, a subject, for process saw the Yehezkiah with the telescope, the predicate. Inside the verb parase, verb is saw, noun parase the Yehezkiah, determine the noun Yehezkiah, prepositional process with the telescope, parase with, NP is the telescope. Next, the sentence is she believed that the earth is round. So the explanation is main clause, she believes, and complement clause, the earth is round, introduced by complementizer that subject the earth and predicate is round. Purpose demonstrates a complement clause acting as the object of the verb believes, and useful for explaining mental verbs and indirect statements. And next, the sentence is the house where I grew up has been demolished. So the explanation is main structure is noun process. The house where I grow up contains a relative clause where I grow up, includes subject, noun process I, and verb process grow up. Verb process has been demolished, and passive construction using has been plus verb plus verb ed, and combines a relative clause and passive voices. And then good example of sentence embedding and multi-level structure. And I think enough from me to explain tree diagram. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.